Yes, I know that I know that I know that I know. Well, good evening. I know that's Tuesday again. My. Don't have much light on me. Looks like I've got a overhead light, and I'm sitting in a little different position. I bet I could go right over here and I have more light. No, I don't have any more light on this one either. Maybe it's just a dark day. Maybe it's just a dark night. My Lord, you can't ever tell right here. But I'm glad you're here on this beautiful Tuesday. Whew, I'm sitting here. I've been injected today. It's better than being rejected, I guess. I don't know. I told that little girl with that big needle, I said, I really love you, but I love you better when this is over. And she said, well, it ain't over. I said, what do you mean? She said, you got two more sets of injections. I said, I thought this was one deal. She says, no, this comes in threes. I'll see you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Hot dog. That's an exciting moment. Well, I played Yes, I Know. That's kind of my theme song as we roll in the program, and Has Been a Love. That's one of my favorite songs to play out of the hymn book. It's not out of the Redback book, but it's in some of the hymn books that I have seen. I know, yes, I know. We should sing that song. It's a great song. But this one's in every hymn book, and I hope it'll bless your heart too. 3, 1, 2. I think everybody remembers that hymn book song. I think we used to sing that in Bible school when I was a kid, because I remember we singing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. I'm glad I belong to him today, church. That's that's the best place to be. If you don't know the Lord today, if you just happen to pop by this video here and you're watching and wondering where it is and what it is, I'm just going to tell you that today is the day of salvation. That's what the Bible tells us. And we're in the last days, and it's time to get right with God. It's time to get you right and your family right and everybody you know. Because Jesus is coming soon. There's no doubt about that. Oh, Lord, he's coming soon, church. All right. Man, that's closer than a lot of people think. I got an old song. I had banjo. My baby girl, Donna, said that a couple of weeks ago, she put on Facebook on a post. She said, how about playing the banjo next week? Well, I did. That was 2 weeks ago, and I didn't. And but I got a track here that was made for the banjo. I picked the banjo a bunch of times. I played 3 instrumentals in banjo in Sunday morning service. They wanted to hear some banjo picking. And boy, they got what I had, which was 3 of them. I had more than that, but played 3. But this was a banjo track here, but I'll see what it does with the guitar. Let's go here. Sweet, sweet by and by. That's right, King James. That's called Meeting in the Air, just in case you didn't recognize what it was. Well, Linda Lou didn't come in tonight. Boy, she'll kill me for that. Just slipped out of my mouth. She said, don't ever call me Linda Lou. Sweet Linda, my sweet darling wife. 55 years. 2 months be 56 years that we have been married. And she didn't come in tonight. And she didn't want to get ready. She didn't want to have to put on her makeup and all. You know, when you do TV, you got to be made up. You got to look as good as you can. You got to be your best. You can't come in with your lines and wrinkles showing. You got to have all that padded out and everything and have that young look. But anyway, that's a long story. But she didn't come in today. She didn't. She said, maybe a week or two I'll get in and sing. She has a doctor appointment in the morning. I don't never tell you about our health issues, but she has had a loud buzz and a roaring like a windstorm in her right ear forever and ever and ever. Last year or two, it's got worse, and it wakes her up like a hurricane at night, blowing in her ear. And so the ear doctor, ENT, sent her to a what do you call it, neurologist. I think that's what she went to. And he determined that there was a blood vessel or a vein or an artery or something that had shrunk or somehow or another had got against her eardrum and was causing that noise. I think that's what it is. If it ain't, it's something else. But anyway, in the morning at 8 o'clock, we're going. Most of all of our doctors are right here around the corner, but she's going to a special doctor, a specialist in the morning, Winston-Salem, at 8 o'clock, and they're going to go in. They said they're going with the wrist. They go in the blood vein like they're going to do a heart cath when they can go in the heart, but instead of going in the heart, they're going to go up the arm and up through the neck and into the brain stem some way or another, and they're going to do an angioplasty. If I said that right, they're going to try to open that vein up. Is what they're going to do. And I'm hoping, and not hoping, I'm trusting the Lord that she's going to come through this thing like a soldier, just wide open high gear like she always does. And so y'all pray for her in the morning. Like I say, I usually don't tell you what we're doing about our health problems in our old age, but she needs your prayers in the morning. And Donna said, I'm going to come drive her over in the morning. I said, no, you can drive my truck, but I'm going too. So anyway, I love this old song right here. I usually play this with a piano. I might play the piano a week or two, who knows. Might quit being lazy and set it up. I can hear these clicks, I'll play it. He touched me. Many times he's touched me. I played a little mandolin right there on this track. Not that big. He touched me. Oh, the joy that floods my He touched me. Well, the old twangy hair telly. I got this out of the case, and I have not tuned it. We played it yesterday, and I can never think of the name of that little town, but it's just like 3-4 miles out of Asheboro, North Carolina. About 50 miles from here, something like that. we played at that town Pentecostal Holiness Church yesterday morning. And just the minute somebody walked at that door with a piece of paper and tell them what it is, I guarantee you. No, we played yesterday morning, and I had a good time, and took the whole service and spoke from the Word, and Linda shared her heart, and then we picked and sang, picked the banjo, and just had a big time yesterday morning. And then, Lord, we went to Kickback Jacks. Man, there's nothing like Kickback Jacks. That's become one of my favorite places in North Carolina. And we were there last year, and they took us to eat after dinner, and I never had been there, and that's where we took us. And I ate probably the best bacon cheeseburger I ever ate in my life. And I thought it was Slapback Jacks or something. And when we moved up here, I was telling my son-in-law Dan about it. He said it's called Kickback Jacks. Said we got one here in High Point. And so if we go out here and hit Interstate 40 and run down here about 7 miles and get off at the airport exit and turn right, and Kickback Jacks is about 2 miles up there. And so it's become a favorite place. But we went yesterday and fish and chips. My Lord. Lord have mercy. If you're anywhere, if you listen to this program, you're anywhere, and they're not paying me for this, but if you're in North Carolina in this area, go to Kickback Jacks. Their cheeseburgers are great. Their fish and chips, I believe it tastes like flounder. My Lord, it was so good. I ate so much yesterday. Linda even drove home. She said, "You're not even able to drive." And anyway. Let's see. Well, let me grab an iPad here. I got 4 iPads. I got 5 iPads. I have 4 of them out here tonight. And I had looked up an address for somebody for a hotel we're going to be staying in, and over in June when my other grandson gets married on June. Let me see here. Search. It's saying autofill. I don't want to autofill. I want to search. Beatenb. Oh, that's what you spelled it. Beatenbo. I've heard of that before. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Something's happened. This iPad's in another place. My goodness, I opened up Sherry Smith. This displayed at Douglasville Museum for their 150-year anniversary. It's a picture of me in good old Douglasville, Georgia, an album cover called Carpenter's Tool that was recorded in, I want to say that was 1973. We recorded the title song of that. Dwayne Allen came to us at the quartet convention, and Dwayne said, "I got a song that's for y'all that I want y'all to record. It's called Carpenter's Tool." And when he said, "Well, we'll listen to it, and maybe that's something we could do," and Dwayne said, "No, what we're going to do, we're going to go to my studio right now, and we're going to put that song down." And when he said, "Oh, okay," and so Dwayne got part of us and got Linda, Wendy, and the girls in his car. And that was all he could get in there. He had a 2-door Lincoln Continental thing, and that's all he could get in there. And so he handed me the keys to a Cadillac. It happened to be William Lee Golden, Bill Golden's Cadillac. So I drove Bill Golden's, Bill Golden, long beard mountain man. I drove Bill Golden a Cadillac in 1973. But we went to Hendersonville, Tennessee, where they live, and Dwayne's studio was at the time. And when the Oaks Band came in, and I played guitar with the Oaks Band, and we laid down the track for Carpenter's Tool. And we recorded this on an album. That we did the other music on or whatever. And that album went on, and that song went on to get a nomination for a Grammy Award. And so I didn't go to the Grammy Awards, but I went to a thing that, a dinner, what you call it, reception. I'll think of it in a minute. Went to a reception, and it was pretty cool, that this reception, and I'm trying to find my home page here to see if there's anybody on here. I think what's happened, this has got Carpenter's tool. I may not be on Facebook today. I don't see us going live nowhere on here. Well, for friends, I cannot see or hear anything on Facebook. Watching you on YouTube, you're coming across Facebook. That was in April. No, so I think the same thing is happening today, that we're not coming live on Facebook. We're just on YouTube and through Beatenbo.com. But anyway, or maybe I'm on the wrong page, I don't know. But anyway, if you're watching and I don't call your name today, it's because I don't see it. And it says search. When you search, do a search. And I'm going to quit wasting time and get on back here to business. Yeah.
You're on Facebook.
Well, it must be my computer be on the wrong page. Linda says I was on Facebook. I want to see who's on here. I gotta know. That computer might be on the... How's everybody doing today? We're getting computer number 4 out here. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. It's gorgeous outside today. Okay, device added. That's okay. Most of these computers were run down, and I charged everything up. LIEBEATENBO search. Charlie Beatenbo. Okay, it says live. There is the page. What do you know? After all that aggravation and mess, I need to turn the volume down on it, don't I? And the red lights on this computer is just about dead. Paul Duncan, hello. Ray Snyder, glad you're here. James Redden, always glad to see you. Bill Myrick, my bud, and up there in Tennessee, hope you're all right. And there's some more watching, but I can't get to them right now. But anyway, I appreciate all of you being here. There's a lot of I put it on here today that I was going to be on because, but there's a lot of my folks that are not regular folks that are not on here today. So it's crazy. Anyway, I better shut it now. If you're watching this on the replay there, all you got to do is just fast forward through all this junk, and we'll go. Let's see, what time is it? Yep, it's almost 8:30. Good gracious. Get a little telly, a strat there. This is best playing Fender guitar that I have ever had. I've said that many times. And this is my best play. This is my go-to Fender guitar. I wouldn't take $1,000 bill for this guitar right now, and that's about what it's worth. It's worth about $1,000, but I would not take that for it. I would not take another telly. I would take another telly, but not in trade. Well, let me find another song to play. In the garden I play, he touched me, I played. Yes, I know he played, Beating in the Air. And I didn't play, let's see, there's a song that I'm looking for, it's an old song that I just love to play. If it's not on here, I'll have to go back and redo this computer because I want a different one today. And Let me see here one more time. Okay, I'll just end. I'll tell you what. I'll do something different. I'll end it with what a day that will be. Well, what a day that will be. I was looking, thinking if there's uh, maybe one that I haven't played in a while here. And I'll play one more and get out. This will be going out. a friend we have in Jesus, and I'm glad you're my friends today because you stopped by. Shows you're my friend. I appreciate you. God bless you, and see you maybe next week.